All right, haven't done a video in a long time, so I'm gonna kind of give an update on what's going on. Oh, what's today? It is October 3rd, 2020. Let's see, what am I doing right now? I'm gonna go see some movies. I'm gonna go see, for $5, I'm gonna go see Hard Day's Night. I've never seen before, but St. Mark was like, yeah, you should go check it out. So I'm gonna go up there. And on the way there, I'm gonna hit a Taco Bell, because I haven't had fucking Taco Bell in a long time. Not that, I don't know, I just wanna have a fucking bean burrito or something mild and medium sauce or whatever the fuck it is. Anyway, here's the deal. There's an IRS tax code. It's 501c3. One designation on it is, hold on. There's a whole bit about I come as a thief. What that means is there's a group of people that were attached to an email sent by someone who admits to stealing over six figures through a conspiracy against moi. They did so, that person did so on Friday. I guess that was yesterday. Was it yesterday? Was it the second or was it the first? No, it was the first. It was the night of the full moon. Anyway, so they admitted to that, and at the same time, I sort of had a conversation with a friend of mine who was starting up a project, and it's called the James Project. It's cool. It's about her brother. He committed suicide. And I helped her edit the first video and then put it online. And anyway, she was like, well, I'm going to set up a 501c3. And I was like, oh, yeah, I know that designation. It's an IRS tax code. But I've never really looked at it before. Anyway, so when I looked at it, I was like, oh shit, you get to see all the tax advantages of having this particular designation. And if you happen to be a religiously affiliated, organization, then you get like every tax break on the planet. Like if you introduce those tax breaks to corporate America, like there would be a competitive advantage, utilizing them. Now, you have to have a religious affiliation or whatever, and you need to have a narrative as to like what your deal is. Anyway, so looking at the email that was sent by Mark on the 1st, and the fact that I've spent a month, maybe a month and a half, corresponding with him, dragging my feet to work for him as a teacher to help, kids get into college again. I'm thinking about things from like a very broad or big, panned out viewpoint. And man, I haven't shot one of these videos in a long time. This is great, I'm doing this. I'm excited about this. Anyway, so I have that string of emails leading up to his reply where he confesses conspiracy or whatever. In it is me running at a particular time of day on July 20th of this year, where I'm thinking to myself, there's going to be no more money abruptly. And the idea is that when it was about me running at that goal, failing, and being picked up by my Muslim-born friend that allowed me to just apply the same process that I did leading up to that event to the event itself and realize a broader message being told. Here's the point. I can prove that I wasn't out for money here. I'm not. I don't give a shit. Because of a documented journey via this set of emails, which the conspirator participated in on the 1st, the same day, President Donald Trump contracted COVID virus or was hospitalized for COVID virus or whatever, announced he tested positive for COVID virus. That's an example of, yeah, he's flying. That's an example of the best medicine Earth can provide on, let's call Donald like one of the most important men in terms of ability to sway the world. One of the most important men, if not the most important man on Earth today. And he's hospitalized. He took some whatever. Now, as a comparison, Mark, he doesn't have the best medicine available on Earth today, because if he contracted COVID, he, would only have at best what Mr. Trump, President Trump, has access to. But that would only be if he were the president, so he's not going to have access to every single option out there for treatment. But Mark's not he's not on Earth in this email string. He's in heaven. And he admitted to a felony publicly. Which makes no sense on Earth. I mean, why would you ever do that? But in heaven, that makes all the difference. So now Mark gets the payout. Winner, winner, chicken dinner, Marky. So, here's the deal. This particular IRS designation, as I've evaluated Mark's business, his family, his tax payment, last year, his annual revenue for the last 5 years. I'm thinking about 2020 classes, whether or not they're in session physically or remote, or if they instead are remote classes for the universities and high schools of the world. I'm thinking about sustainability. I'm thinking about the fact that his company is really just a DBA, which is like a sole proprietorship, but he's ready to file a formal document with some court to say, this is the entity which I am, that this company is. Get it all buttoned up, just like I did or was doing when, the conspiracy happened. And it's not all on him, because I fucking stole, up to $20,000 using him as an agent to do so 6 months before that happened, and we both beat the statute of limitations. Either way, we're two guys who openly admit to felony activity because we believe in a chairman that we can't see, that I have seen and he will see, but we believe in something more than meets the eye to this universe, and that's the chairman of the board of this particular entity, which is the first and last 501c3 of its kind. And it's a roll-up. And if you don't know what the term roll-up means, you're going to see it in full force, because the benefit to having, what's the term? No tax liability, no federal, no state, no local. You don't pay sales tax when you go into a fucking store. You just transact, get that shit back. Tax-free living. Why? Because he believes. It cost him $2,500 plus $300 plus $2.99. $2.99. So we're looking at what? $28.02.99. Anyway, so he's got a full planned, but he's got a belief. The belief is actually quite simple, because this shit sells itself. What you've done here through his belief is you create a way or a comparison between some guy who's, certainly not the President of the United States to the President of the United States. And you compare how much they paid in taxes last year. Perfectly timed. How much profit their companies see. And, their belief. Also from the 501c3 standpoint, which one would you prefer? The thief, which isn't just him, it's me, it's the whole, it's the, whatever, say that, it's the third coming. Anyway, so let's see what else. And then I'm going to go see some movies. Yeah, I told you that. I think about these things. This is Lower Greenville where I spend time. Definitely.